Magicon Vegas has had a lot of big reveals so far, so let's take a look at what happened at the preview panel this weekend. The start of the panel covers where Edge of Eternities will take place, and it is in a planetary system called the Sephara system, where each of the planets represents one of the colors of magic. And if you want to play more magic and get more colors, be sure you get subscribed to the channel so you can get entered in our Play Booster Box giveaway and maybe grab one of these Final Fantasy boxes sometime soon. Some tomfoolery has happened, and the star that was going to supernova has been controlled into a black hole, so that should be fun to hear in the story episodes about how that happened. The first reveal is the borderless celestial basic lands. The panel describes that the lands really matter for how the set plays as well. And I'm actually kind of tired of hearing that things matter in sets before they come out. I want to see more about why they matter, or maybe play draft a little bit before I care that they matter. I'm a little burned out on things matter. The next special treatment is called Stellar Sight, and the first card revealed with this treatment is Mutavault, to which actually the preview panel crowd did not react positively. Whether that has to do with the art or with the card itself not being popular, I'd lean towards the card. The goal for this treatment style was to compress the text on the card to the bottom half, and then expand the artwork through the top half of the card. The little spaceship will be included on each of the cards as well. Then we get to see Mutavault again as a Galaxy Foil Stellar Sight card, and the Galaxy Foils will be Collector Booster exclusives. A large reveal that 5 of the Shock lands will return in Edge of Eternities, making mana bases in Standard even faster than they are now, which is pretty fast. I don't know if I have any trouble getting mana these days, but a lot of the Brothers War lands and the Dominaria lands are cycling out, so this may make up for that. Shown first was Breeding Pool, and then a Godless Shrine, followed up by this Sacred Foundry, and then Stomping Ground. The final Shock land revealed was Watery Grave. I assume the rest of the cycle will be included in another upcoming set. Unlikely to be Avatar. I feel like Avatar is going to lean into monocolor themes, but possibly after that. What's even after that? Could it be Spider-Man? Spider-Man is before Avatar, right? So sometime I suspect it'll be in the next standard legal set that isn't Universes Beyond. Whew! Handled that one easily. The first creature reveal is this terrifying wooden flat-faced harmonious Grove Strider. I didn't think I could see a terrifying version of a Brontosaurus, but here it is. This card though fits with the lands matter theme of the set, where this big boy will get bigger the more lands you have in play. Next up is Sami's Ship's Engineer, one of the main characters for the set. They can continue to provide board presence as long as you have 2 or more tapped creatures, you'll continue making 2/2s. They haven't announced anything, but I feel like Artificer will be a relevant creature type in this set, especially since Typal is supposed to be making a comeback after Bloomborough. Sami is also called the chief con artist of the crew, so interested to see how that plays out in the story. Also, how many of y'all watch or read the story episodes? I consider myself a story enjoyer, but I also don't always get to watch them all, so I'm not completely caught up. Let me know if you're current on the story or if it doesn't matter to you in the comments. Tanuk Memorial Ensign is another Lands Matter creature with a landfall trigger. I wonder how Lands Matter will play out with Tifa available in green as well. But Tanuk has a payoff if you trigger him twice in a turn with drawing a card. We get our first look at the brand new Spacecraft cards. There's also an announcement that these legendary spacecrafts can now be your commander and commander, along with some other legendary vehicles. So check out the list of what's available for that if you're into commander. When the Sarima enters, search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. These spacecrafts will have the Station ability, where you can tap creatures to put station counters on them, and when you reach the card's specified threshold, 7+ on the Sarima, it gains the creature type. The Sarima then gives other legendary creatures indestructible. Possibly the villain of Edge of Eternities, here's Tezzeret Cruel Captain, in full planeswalker form. He gains a lore counter whenever an artifact you control enters. His +0 lets you untap creatures or artifacts and add 1/1 counters to artifact creatures. His -3 lets you search for artifacts of cost 1 or less, and his ultimate gives you an emblem that says at the beginning of combat on your turn, put 3 1/1 counters on target artifact you control. If it's not a creature, it becomes a 0/0 robot artifact creature. It's believed that Tezzeret may just be here working for somebody else. And how did he get into the colorless archetype? Borderless Triumphant is revealed as another treatment type, and in this one, Tezzeret gets a big chair. We like people in big chairs. The black hole itself is here, Sothera the Super Void, a legendary enchantment. Whenever one of your creatures dies, each opponent chooses a creature they control and exiles it. Then if a player controls no creatures at your instep, put one of the creatures exiled by Sothera onto the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it. I can't wait to see this with Sephiroth or Bartolome. Sack all my tokens to exile the board. The flavor here is also pretty on target, that the black hole exiles cards. Sothera will also appear in the Japanese showcase style. White border cards, though, I'm going to have to see how that plays out. I'm not sold on them yet, but I want to see more than this one before I make a final decision. And 100% not off-putting is this Singularity Foil headliner version of Sothera. Why do they even show the first one when this is the card I want? This is absolutely the better card that I want. Also, since this is the headliner, it seems like there's not going to be serialized cards in this set. We get a preview of what the packaging will look like, and I had a chuckle for myself because I named this photo Edge Packing when I was quickly saving it from the live stream, and just Edge and packing together, and I'm a 2-year-old, so I chuckled at it. Might as well throw in some 69 420 lols in there too. These are also already popping up for pre-order, so if you normally pre-order from big box places, they are showing up already, so you can get them at Best Buy and Target so far. The second half of this show flips over to the Avatar: The Last Airbender Universe's Beyond set. It opens with a video of the artist designing the cards digitally and what that process looked like for them. And I really enjoyed that part. I didn't want to try to scrape that part of the video and to include it in here. I think you should check it out on the Magic YouTube channel and kind of see what the artist went through to just kind of overlay the Avatar artwork directly on top of a Magic card and adjust with the different text boxes and things like that and just kind of make it really pop out. It was awesome to watch. This card comes out to be Avatar Aang, and he has flying and fire bending, and draws you a card for doing any bending, and if you do all 4 kinds of bending, flip Aang over into Aang, Master of Elements. Flying, and cards cost 1 less of every color. Good lord, please and thank you that Atraxa is gone before this arrives. You also get the choice to flip Aang back during any upkeep, and you get 4 of a lot of things if you do. You get 4 life, you draw 4 cards, you put 4 +1/+1 counters on him, and he deals 4 damage to an opponent. Aang is going to be a monster. The bending keyword mechanic was not revealed, so we'll have to wait and see how we get to trigger all of Aang's abilities. That should be on August 12th for the first look show on the Avatar set. And this will also happen at San Diego Comic-Con. They did also announce there's going to be a very special Avatar promo at San Diego Comic-Con, so if you're headed to that, make sure you snag one of those. Lorwyn Eclipse will be the first set of 2026 on the 23rd of January. The discussion here is on the thematic elements of Lorwyn that will return, but I'll be impressed if they can do any better after having Wilds of Eldraine so recently. Secrets of Strixhaven is also named. Surprisingly, no logos for these sets, just words on backgrounds. Magic also has an upcoming collaboration with Dark Horse Comics. They will be side stories that were cut out from parts of the main story as they just didn't have time to explore them. These will all be released as comics, and the first set will all be about Elspeth. Pick 2 draft is coming to get drafts going with 4-player pods. You pick 2 cards at a time instead of 1. This is probably enabled by play boosters being 14 cards now instead of the draft boosters that were 14. The only other time I've done something similar was with Commander Masters, and those packs had 20 cards, and we also picked 2 each time. But I don't know, this will probably help smooth out when you get just past absolute bombs when there's only 4 people in a pod, and you can pretty much guess what everybody's doing. The final part of the show is a discussion from John Haidt, president of Wizards of the Coast. Gonna hype him up here so I can finally get invited to an MTG Arena streamer event. Let's go, John. Big news, let's hear it. His announcement is for the upcoming Magicons in 2026, which will include Las Vegas on May 1st through the 3rd, Amsterdam on July 17th through the 19th, and Atlanta from November 13th through the 15th. So no Chicago, it seems like, for next year. I wonder if that's related to the last 2 years of Murders and Aetherdrift appearing at Chicago and being considered unfun and limited and constructed. So maybe they're worried about poor attendance next year. Or maybe they just couldn't get a venue. I'm not sure. So that's all the news we got out of the preview panel this weekend. It was pretty great. Let me know in the comments what you thought your best part of it was. Don't forget to get subscribed for the 500 subscriber giveaway. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.